Hello, and welcome to the Leisurely Learning EquatIO series. In this series, we will go over in depth how to use the various parts of the EquatIO extension to best support your students. In this video, we will be reviewing how to share files with EquatIO Math through Google Classroom. Let's get started. All right, so here I've got my Google Classroom set up, and what I'm going to be adding to this classroom, I'm going to add two things. So I'm going to add this PDF. Beautiful PDF, and I'm going to add this Google Doc just so you can kind of see the difference between the two of them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into classwork. I'm going to go to create an assignment. I'm going to call this math work. Okay, give some quick instructions, and then I'm going to add those two files. Now, typically when you add something to an assignment, you always want to make a copy for each student. But when you're adding a PDF to Google Classroom, regardless of whether or not it's going to be something the students are going to work on independently or not, you need to absolutely make sure you make a copy of that PDF for the students. So even if it's just a material that they're going to be looking at, make a copy. Because remember that EquatIO and the Textile PDF Reader work as an overlay on top of the PDF. So if you do not make a copy for each student and they go and they open up the PDF reader in EquatIO and write something on it, all of the students are going to see that. Okay, so super important, PDFs, regardless of whether or not students are going to be returning it, make a copy for each. So I'm going to assign that. And we're going to wait for that to show up in our classroom. There we go. There's our math work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the student view. So here I am as a student. I'm going to go into this classroom. I'm going to go to classwork, find that math work. And what I'm going to do, wait for that to show up, give it a second. I'm going to start with the PDF. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to make sure that I open it with the Read and Write for Google Chrome. So I get into that overlay piece. And then what I'm going to do is turn on EquatIO. So I've scrolled down to a section where we have to do some actual math. So you can use the math space in here. We've talked about this before. I'm just going to quickly go in and put in a grid. So how am I going to represent this? I'm going to do a grid. I'll do a 4 by 6 grid to represent my 24 desks. Bada bing, bada boom. In there, perfect. There's my drawing. I'm just going to make it nice and big so that way when we come to evaluating it, I can show you what happens. So now what I can do is, now that I've got my Textile PDF Reader connected to my Google Classroom, and if you want to learn more about that, check out the Leisurely Learning series on the Textile PDF Reader. I can simply hit this button to hand this in. It's going to take me back to the classroom. It's going to check to make sure that I actually, yes, do want to turn this in. So I'm going to turn this in. I'm going to turn in both of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my teacher view. So here I am in my teacher view. And I can see that I've got one student that has handed in the work. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to see those two attachments. So here is the first attachment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the PDF view. And again, because I have that Textile PDF Reader built into my classroom, I can simply go down to the question, and I can see the math that they've done. Right? And when I click on it, it brings up that math space for me. So if I wanted to go in there and edit something or make some comments, I'm capable of doing that. Okay? So that's really how you use EquatIO with the text help PDF reader for PDFs and for Google Docs inside of Classroom. So if you have any questions, be sure to use the link below to access the EquatIO video question form. Be sure to leave an email so that we can respond to your question. Thank you for watching this video.